Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, and I know what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful I'm not in the position that this guy is in this movie. What up, y'all? It's the Black Critic Guy, and I know I've been MIA for the past couple of weeks. I didn't make an anime review this week, nor did I do a movie review last weekend. And yeah, I've been going through a lot. I'm actually kind of sick right now. I don't know if you can tell. It kind of got a bad headache, sore throat, coughing, and all that good stuff. So, lucky me. But I finally got to see a movie today, and I got to see The Life of Pi. So the basic plot of Life of Pi is it chronicles the life of Paseen Patel, who's this Indian kid who got made fun of in school because his name kind of sounded like pissing instead of piscine, which is like the French word for pool, I believe. He was named after a pool as a kid, and people made fun of him all the time. And in order to fight that, he would always introduce himself in the beginning of class as, you know, my name's Paseen, but call me Pi, and then he would just go off numbering all the numbers of pi. So in his later teen years, his family decides to move to Canada in order to pursue a better life. And in order to make more money, they close down the zoo that they own in India and transfer most of the animals so that they can sell them in North America. And so they're traveling on this cargo ship, and things seem to be fine, and then they hit turbulence in the sea. There's a storm that breaks out. Paseen goes to see it. He's all amazed, but realizes, oh my god, the ship is sinking. And so he tries to save his family, but he's a bit too late. He ends up on a raft that has a man-eating tiger on it, and basically it chronicles his survival of not only the wildness of the sea, but the wild and unruly nature of this tiger. So when I first saw the trailer to Life of Pi, I was actually quite intrigued because the visuals looked astonishing. They looked amazing, and for the visuals alone, I wanted to see this movie. But actually, it was quite a well-told story about the life of this kid named Paseen and how he grows up to become the person that he is. And no, I did not read the book, so I don't know how well it compares or how well it was adapted onto the big screen. But for the movie itself, I thought it was really entertaining, really well-developed, character-driven movie. And as for Ang Lee, I'm not the biggest fan of his. I mean, I've seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and I really like that. I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, which I heard great things about based on its acting, so I don't know how the direction is. And I did see Hulk, which is considered the worst of his movies. And yeah, it was boring, it was kind of slow and daunting. Direction in this movie, I think he did a really good job, and the visuals just blew me away. The trailer did not lie to me at all. The visuals are astounding. If you go see this movie, I highly recommend that you see it in 3D because it really just pulls you in. It submerges you in the visuals. It really makes you feel like you're there, and as if you can like touch and feel the tension of the scene or the beauty of the scene. Another great thing about this movie is the writing and storytelling alone. It's spectacular. They really developed this story very well, and they really highlight the theme of religion versus science. And I love stories like that because, you know, I'm neither side. I'm not heavily religious. I'm not heavily scientific. But they really highlight, you know, the perspective of someone who's really religious to someone who's really just science-driven. Like, it's all about logic. And the dad really highlights the whole scientific argument, and the mom's more religious-based. And the name of the movie really highlights the theme of this movie. It's all about Pi. Everything is from the perspective of Pi. Even on the ship, like when the ship is capsizing, it always sticks with Pi. It never goes anywhere else. It doesn't cut to, like, you know, we see the ship just like destroying itself and falling in. It always stays with Pi. And as much as this trailer really highlights that this story is about a boy stuck on a raft with a tiger, it really doesn't get to that point until about 45 minutes into the film. Most of the time in the beginning is really just developing this character of Pi, or Paseen, I mean. They really go deep into his character, how he got his name, how he was bullied in school, how he was fighting with, you know, religion and stuff. What does he believe? And then we get to the point in the movie where it's just Paseen with the tiger on a raft together, and this is where most of the movie takes place, and this is where the movie really slows down, and some people might get bored by the scene. I was engaged throughout. Like, just seeing him at odds with this tiger who could kill him at any second, it kept him alert, it kept him ready, and he also mentions it in the movie how if it wasn't for that tiger, he'd be dead by now. And I really liked how they developed this unspoken bond between Pi and this tiger named Richard Parker. And you really get to see them bond together, even though, you know, at any moment, Richard Parker could kill him. The acting, for the most part, was really good, and I loved how they cast, like, unknown actors because, you know, they easily could have got, like, Dev Patel from Slumdog Millionaire or, like, a ton of people from Slumdog Millionaire and put them in this movie. But I liked how they really went with unknown actors, and the guy who plays Pi, he did a fantastic job, really emoted very well. You kind of felt the dilemma through his facial expressions. Now, I had a few problems with the movie. I really felt like they didn't really develop his brother a lot in this movie. They kind of just push him to the side, and I really didn't feel too sad when his parents died. I know that's supposed to be a sad moment, and you know, it's about this character going through all these trials and tribulations and not giving up hope, but I really didn't like get choked up at the fact that his family died. I was just like, oh, they died. Yeah, that happened. Also, they threw in this love story that I felt wasn't really necessary because it really didn't come back later on, and it really had no relevance in the story, so I felt like they could have took that out. So overall, I didn't think this movie is like the greatest movie of all time, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the struggle that the character went through, not only dealing with the death of his family, but having to survive toe-to-toe with this man-eating tiger who could kill him at any second. The visuals is fantastic, the acting is really superb, and the direction for most part is really good, and the writing is probably the strongest part of this movie. And I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not great, but it's a rather enjoyable film, and if you go see it, you should go see it in 3D. I definitely recommend it. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you like it a lot, or did you just find it boring and didn't get into it? And let me know, what is your favorite man versus nature film? Comment below and let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace, YouTube.